Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Tom here, back with another episode of What the Heck Happened. And I don't know. I don't really have a specific topic for this one. I think we'll kind of find our way into it. This week, it's the end of June. It's the beginning of the swampy hot weather here in Baltimore, Maryland. And it's coming. You can feel it in the air, the humidity. People getting a little bit more agitated on the road. You can kind of feel it build. It's 4th of July is coming up. It's 4th of July weekend this weekend. Happy birthday, America. Yeah, you're in a good place. Not really. Anyway, so, I've been by myself this week. My wife and my son, they head down every summer to go visit with the in-laws down in Charleston, South Kakalaki. And this year they ventured down to Florida, down to Titusville, which is close to Cape Canaveral. And they had a nice little trip to the Space Center and saw rockets. And I think they met an astronaut or a rocket scientist or rocket engineer or somebody down there. My son was very excited, sent some pictures. He's got a video telling my wife all about twin-bore rocket engines and liquid fuel tanks and everything, which he learned from playing Kerbal Space Program, which is a game that I play that I'm addicted to, where it has real life physics and you can build your own rockets and go to the moon and explore other planets and do crazy stuff like rescue people floating around in outer space. It's actually kind of a cool game. It's interesting. For those of you who game, it's on PC. I think it's also on PS4, but it's a fun little game. So I've been here all by myself, and it's been weird. Take a sip of my tea. I've been having problems with my throat lately. Let me just take a sip real quick. So, I'm an introvert by nature. Even though when I'm around friends or people at work, I tend to joke around, make them laugh. But, at the core, I'm an introvert. I mean, it seems like I'm an extrovert, but I do keep a lot about myself to myself. I don't talk about what I do for a living to people. I don't talk about, a lot of my hobbies or music that I'm into. I kind of just meet people and I discuss the moment. I don't really ask them a lot about themselves. I'm not a fan of the idle chit chat. Oh, so what do you do for a living? Oh, that's nice. How many kids you got? Oh, I got 5. Oh, really? I guess you really like your wife. We're with 3 different women. I'm just not into it. When you start asking people personal questions about themselves, I don't know. It just sometimes you slip into this really muddy rabbit hole of their life. And I did an episode a long back when I was doing the Tom Chronicles about the friend bubble, and I have this bubble. I'm 40 plus years old, and at this point, the friends I have are the friends I have. Unless we move to another neighborhood and we meet some nice neighbors or something, or if I switch jobs again, I just don't make friends. I'm okay with acquaintances. I'm good with acquaintances, but I don't make friends very often. It's tough because, to be quite frank, I'm just not interested. Once again, the friend bubble. I've got enough on my plate. Take another sip of tea. I'll be right back. Anyway, so, and I don't mean to be mean about that. I mean, I don't know if it is mean. I'm sure there's other people just like me. It's just, you get to a certain age, you're done. You're just done. It's like the clothes I wear. I've been wearing the same clothes style for the past 15 years. T-shirt and jeans. It's like the uniform. And I've been wearing New Balance sneakers for 10 years. Not the same pair. That would be kind of funky. But I just go back and I keep buying the same pair of New Balance cross trainers at Kohl's or wherever. I just do it over and over again. It's just, they're comfortable. I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with finding something new. Man, I sound like a grumpy old man. But anyway, so when I'm by myself at home, everyone who I tell, the wife and the kid are going out of town and I'm going to be by myself for the week. Every other man that I know is like, oh my God, I wish I could get a week to myself. Maybe that's you. But for me, the first night is okay. I usually order out. I'll get something that I don't usually eat. And I'll sit and I'll watch I don't know, I'll binge watch a TV show that I haven't watched in a while. Or one of my favorite things to do is when we're out of town is I watch The Godfather. Yeah, I'll watch The Godfather. I'll watch some superhero movies, stuff I don't normally get to do when everyone's around. But after that first day, all the excitement is worn off. I miss everybody. I've been reprogrammed. I've been retrained to be a dad and a husband, even though I'm not the greatest at both. But I'm just reprogrammed to do those things, and I'm not programmed to be single anymore. Holy cow! It's morbid to think about, but my God, what would happen if something happened and I were by myself? I just don't know how I'd acclimate, and I don't think I ever would. I don't. I think I would just sit in my living room looking at the door waiting for someone to walk in. Like the dog does. Like our poor dog Fergus does, I swear to God, if I leave that dog out and I go somewhere, he's in the exact same spot staring at the door as when I left. I feel sorry for it. It's like it makes me feel guilty for leaving the house. Anyway, I'm an introvert. Everyone's gone. And I'm squirrely. I'm out of my mind now. I've cleaned the living room. I have cleaned the floors. I have waxed the floors, the wood floors upstairs. I have cleaned the kitchen. Tomorrow on the schedule is to clean the bathrooms, which sadly I enjoy doing. I guess that's a good thing because my wife hates it. She has an aversion. She can't touch hair once it's left the body. Once hair has been separated from the human body, my wife will not touch it, not even her own. It's kind of annoying, but you gotta, hey, what am I going to do? Take another sip of tea real quick. So I'm squirrely. I don't know what to do with myself. It's Friday before a holiday weekend. I was going to go out to the movies tonight. I want to go see that movie, Baby Driver. It's been getting really good reviews. But I got home and I sat on the couch and I just started clicking through the TV. And I got to take a break from the news and the stuff with the president. I post on Facebook all the time about it. I got to stop. I got to disconnect my brain from that. I mean, my God, before everyone unfriends me. But I wanted to go to the movies tonight. And I usually enjoy going to movies by myself. When I go to the movies, I like to sit in the middle of the theater. My wife, she likes to sit on the end because she's afraid she's going to have to pee 14 times during the movie and she's going to annoy people. But I like to sit, about 13 rows back right in the center, where the speakers are designed to hit you. And the theater I like to go to when they have any films that are on IMAX or are debuting, they have reserved seating. Oh, my God, it's the best thing in the world. I really hope this becomes a thing because you go online, you pick your seat. You don't have to get to the theater early so that you can get into a line with a bunch of strangers who are all agitated and looking at people and seeing if anyone's cutting in line. And, and when I go by myself, I like to get popcorn and raisinets and a soda, and I'm holding all this garbage, and I got to get my phone out to get to the app to show the guy my ticket. But if you had to reserve seating, there's no pressure, man. You can walk in, you can time it so you don't have to watch any of the. Well, actually, they don't play commercials in front of these movies at the IMAX. I don't know if they do it in the smaller theaters still, but man, what the hell? You're paying money to go to the theater to watch commercials for 25 minutes before you even see a preview. My God, that was a scam. But I honestly haven't seen a commercial at this theater in a while. And I go to a lot of movies. I go to a lot of superhero movies and shit like that. So, and I can't remember seeing any commercials lately. Another sip of tea real quick. Anyway, man, I'm going off on tangents. This is going to be a rambling podcast. So, anyway, I was going to go to the movies. I do like going by myself, but I've been by myself all week, and I'm going nuts. The bathrooms are the last things I have left to clean. I cleaned the laundry room, the bathrooms, and the bedroom. That's really all I have left to clean. And that'll carry me through tomorrow. So by Sunday, I should be sitting in the middle of the living room in my underwear, chanting and staring at the wall. I think that's probably where this is taking me. I'm going to completely lose my mind. Yeah. So I don't know what happened. So being an introvert, when I have to go to a family gathering or a party or do something that I consider to be intensely social, like just being around a lot of people and kind of have to listen to and make small talk, like I said that I don't like to do, it drains me. And then so for every hour of social interaction, I probably need a day of everyone just leaving me alone, which is horrible. So, which means that if I go to a holiday party, which lasts for 3 to 4 hours, I need the next 3 to 4 days to recoup. And I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know if it has something to do with, my self-confidence. I don't know. I don't feel like I really have anything to say to anybody. I mean, honestly, what am I going to talk about? I'm looking at my computer screen right now, and there's all these little games that I play. Fallout 4, Kerbal Space Program, Batman, Arkham City, Planet Base. I mean, what am I doing with myself? I play video games. I play games. Even Minecraft is still in here, but that's really for my son now. But, I don't know. Are there other guys like me out there in their 40s, late 30s who grind through work 5 days a week and then come home and just shut everything out and play video games? I mean, I do interact with my son. I interact with my wife, although probably not as much as she likes. But I wonder, is this the new normal? I mean, when I was growing up, my dad, he had his ways to escape. We'd go out and start working on the car even though nothing was wrong with it. But shortly after, something would be wrong with it after he touched it. And my mom would garden, and she would go to her sisters a lot. And I can remember that whenever we would go anywhere all together as a family to go visit the grandparents or an aunt, my dad was like me, unsociable. Everyone thought that he didn't like them, which I don't know. Maybe he didn't. I kind of have the theory that he just had really low self-esteem, and he's hanging out with these guys, my uncles, who could tear down and rebuild cars and had drink beer and kick ass. And my dad just wasn't that guy. I'm not that guy either, although I can drink beer, but I'm just not that guy. I have no idea about hunting. I've never shot a gun. I can't even tell you what the most dangerous thing I ever did was. Using a power tool? I don't know. Skateboarding down a steep hill and falling off and busting my hip up and I couldn't walk for a week. I did do that once. But I don't know. Maybe it does have something to do with self-confidence. Maybe that's what it's all about. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about this. And I'm going to have to think about what I can do to fill my time when, the wife and kid go out of town, because they do this every year and I get squirrely every year and then I'm weird. And then when they get home, I'm weird. And I can't explain why I'm weird. And then my wife thinks I was up to something while she was gone. When that's not what it is, I just got to readjust to people being back in the house again. It's like by the time they come back, I'm almost adjusted to be by myself. Oh, good grief. Anyway. Yeah, rambling. There was one story that I wanted to mention. I don't know if everyone should have caught up on the news yesterday. Did you hear about this couple on YouTube? They had a YouTube channel. They started it in May or March of this year, and they were playing pranks on each other. Like one of the pranks that she did was she had taken a powdered donut and replaced the powder with baby powder, and he ate it, and I guess he freaked out. I went to the YouTube channel, didn't have a lot of subscribers, didn't have a lot of views, and the girl is annoying as hell. I mean, her name was Mona Lisa. Is that? Let me see. I actually wrote something about it. I did a little summary, but yeah, Mona Lisa Perez has been charged with manslaughter for shooting her boyfriend, Pedro Ruiz III, in the chest with a .50 caliber Desert Eagle handgun. I don't know if everyone knows what a Desert Eagle is, but I remember playing Call of Duty, and if you had that handgun, you were blowing people's heads off. It's one of the most powerful pistols that you can have, Perez and Ruiz began a YouTube channel in May and were posting videos of simple pranks and stunts. The couple decided to up the ante and perform a stunt that ended Ruiz's life. Pedro Ruiz devised a stunt to stop a bullet with a book. Oh, my God. Ruiz convinced Perez to go through with the stunt by showing her that he had shot a few books where the bullets hadn't penetrated completely through the book. So she had agreed. Mona Lisa held the Desert Eagle only 1 foot away from the book that was pressed directly in front of Pedro's chest. He died immediately upon impact. So that story reminded me of a few things. I used to, my in-laws used to like to get me these trivia books and books with stories in them that I could just plop on the toilet tank so that when I would go to the bathroom, I had something to read if things got out of control. And one of them one year that they got me was the Darwin Awards. Now, the Darwin Awards was started I think back in the mid-'90s, maybe even possibly earlier than that. It was one of the first things I found on the internet. But basically, the Darwin Awards is an award given out to those who do something stupid to end their life or end their ability to reproduce. And they should be removed from the world's gene pool because we don't want them to make any more idiots. And that immediately made me think of these two. Tragically, and unfortunately, Mona Lisa is pregnant with Pedro's kid. I believe that she also has another child, but I don't know if that child has anything to do with Pedro. So now this child that's inside of Mona Lisa will have to grow up without a father, and Mona Lisa will face charges for manslaughter and probably end up wearing an orange jumpsuit. And to that, I say cheers. Nice job. Oh, God. Do we have a responsibility to save the lives of people who do stupid shit? I mean, honestly, come on. Why? I mean, technology and medicine have come along so far that now a lot of these idiots that 30 and 40 years ago, if you go read Darwin Awards, like you have some of these idiots who go and they decide they want to jump a bike over a house. Well, they jump over the house, the wheel falls off the bike, and they impale themselves on a fence. And the emergency responders will come and get them off the fence. And you read about 12 hours of surgery to put their asses back together. And then a year later, they die in a jet ski accident. I mean, so why? Oh, God. There's better ways to spend our tax money than to save these would-be daredevils and people who do stupid shit like this. There's a story of a guy who was trying to steal an engine out of a truck. And if you know anything about taking an engine out of a truck, you have to do it with a jack from overhead. Well, he decided to undo the mounting bolts underneath the truck while he was laying underneath the engine and crushed himself to death. Ironically, that truck was going to be scrapped. And the junkyard owner said, well, if he would have just asked, I would have just given him the thing for free. Stupidity and irony always works out. But, I mean, isn't there a way that we can figure out a protocol or procedure to when an emergency responder gets on the scene, they see the scene, they hear the story of what the heck happened, they just call it. It's, you know what, this fucking idiot deserved it. That's it. That's enough. Call it, bag him, tag him. That's it. He's a moron. Just let's head back. Call the chopper. Tell them to turn around. Personally, I'm okay with that. I don't know about it. I mean, we need to thin the herd. I honestly believe that. There's too many people. There's too many stupid people. There's too many dumb people. Too many of them. What else are we going to do with them? If you ever seen, you got to see this movie called Idiocracy. Mike Judge made this fantastic movie called Idiocracy. It was a bomb when it first came out, but now it is a prophetic tale of what we're living through right now. So if you can find it on Amazon or whatever streaming service that you watch, man, look up Idiocracy. You won't regret it. It's horrifyingly, tragically prophetic. You're gonna love it. Love that tea. Anyway, so I don't know. I think I've rambled enough. So recap this talk. Introverted. I don't know what to do with myself. Stupid people are doing stupid things, and I don't think we should save them anymore. That's about it. I think that wraps up this conversation. So until next time, everybody stay away from, hug your loved ones. And if you're like me and you're an introvert, then I guess we all need to learn to crawl out of our shell a little bit, because times like this is when I realize I don't have many friends when the family is away, and I need something to do with myself. So, also, let's stop trying to get our fame on YouTube by doing stupid things, okay? This is bad. Although, yeah, I don't know, maybe we should encourage it because it is thinning the herd. But let's not. Just find something else. This can't be your only way to, I don't know, feel better about yourself. There's other things you can do, especially when you're not good at it. If you're not good at it, don't do it, please. And I think that's the point. We need someone around to tell us we're not good enough to do shit. I mean, you think about it now with parents and kids now with participation trophies and all that crap. These were parents that told their kids, oh, you can be whatever you want. If you just put your mind to it, you can be whatever you want. You got to reach for it and you'll get it. Trust me. But you can't do that. It's a disservice to the kid. We're going to have a whole generation of people chasing dreams and careers that they're not good at. We're going to have a whole generation of these depressed individuals because once they're old enough to realize, shit, for 20 years I've been on YouTube shooting myself in the chest, and all along I should have been on a trash truck. We need someone around to give us that honesty. I don't know. That's my opinion. So until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Be good to each other. Be good to yourselves. Have a good holiday weekend.